Welcome to Synagogues of New York, Part 7. This episode is devoted exclusively to the Bronx, although since there are several Jewish houses of worship in this part of New York City, it will take more than one episode to cover it. Our first stop is interestingly called the Albert Einstein Synagogue, also known as Kehilat Birkat Shmuel, branded as Yeshiva University Women's Organization Beit Knesset. It is located in one of these two buildings, and the interest is of twofold. First, its name, because Albert Einstein was far from a religious figure, and might be amused to know that a synagogue was named in his honor. It's also probable that there is a connection to the building down the block, which is the Albert Einstein Medical Center and Teaching Hospital. The other paradox is that they claim to have over 200 adults and 40 children as members to this synagogue. One wonders how such a large entourage can be accommodated at this site. They also sponsor over 100 events each year, from children's tefillah to Israel programming to potluck communal meals. The synagogue was formed in the 1970s. Its rabbi is Yair Hinden. Our next location is Beis Menachem of Parkchester. That would make it another Chabad house. Now, the sign on the storefront indicates that it is a religious Islamic center, and it is quite possible that that's what it currently is. But there's an interesting story to go along with that. Originally, the synagogue group was called the Young Israel of Parkchester, which was founded in 1940. As the neighborhood changed over the years, what was more recently left was senior citizens with an average age of 78. And several years ago, they petitioned the Chabad Lubavitch organization to come in and help them, as besides it being an aging group, there were few in numbers. Chabad indeed did come to the rescue in the form of Rabbi Meir Kabakal, and around 2012, despite the building being essentially a mosque, its leader, Sheikh Musa Drama from Gambia, was very hospitable and allowed Beis Menachem to use part of its space to run their services. 5 years later, we don't know if time has run its course and or if Beis Menachem survives. Our next stop is another Chabad house. That's Chabad Lubavitch of Riverdale. Rabbi Levi Shem Tov is its director, and Rabbi Shlomi Tenenbaum is the administrator. Chabad of Riverdale has sub-branches. There is one in Kingsbridge which serves the growing community of Russian-speaking Jews. There's another one that serves the Einstein medical community. Chabad of Riverdale was founded in 1992. Besides Friday evening and Saturday morning Shabbat services, there is also a daily morning minyan. There are two synagogue groups in this building. One is Congregation Beth Aharon, which is a Sephardic congregation, and the other is the one that actually owns the place, which is the Bayit, the Hebrew Institute of Riverdale. The most recent spiritual leader for the Sephardic congregation is Rav Dov Leria. The Hebrew Institute of Riverdale is an open Orthodox congregation. This puts it somewhat to the left of traditional Orthodox values. Stephen Exler is the senior rabbi, Dan Margulies is the assistant rabbi, and then there is an Anat Sharbat who's called the associate rabbi. There's also an Ezra Seligson who's an associate rabbi, and the rabbi who started Open Orthodoxy is also the rabbi in residence here, Avi Weiss. By now, one may think that there's only Orthodox congregations in the Bronx. However, that's not true. Here's a conservative congregation. In fact, its official name is Conservative Synagogue Adath Israel of Riverdale. And for a good reason. There was a merger of two synagogues. The Conservative Synagogue of Riverdale was founded in 1954. In 1973, it merged with Adath Israel of the Grand Concourse. Barry Dov Katz is the rabbi. He's been there since August of 1998. There are services on a daily basis, both morning and evening. Our final stop in this episode takes us to a definitely closed synagogue. There's even a sign on the left side of the building indicating that the property is available. It was the Jewish center of Williamsbridge, which we believe was functioning from 1921 to 2002. It was Orthodox in persuasion and permanently closed in 2006. The next episode will continue with our trek through Bronx looking at the Jewish houses of worship. So, bye for now, and see you real soon.